What's going on, guys? It's Zach here. Traveling in Denver, going to the Broncos game today, so a bit of a weird setup here, but still thought I'd go live for you guys. My dad might be walking around in the background, so yep, there's my dad. Hey, Joel, thanks for hopping in. Cool. So yeah, I'll just get going with injury updates. Right now, we've got Ramondre Stevenson, Odell Beckham Jr., Derek Carr, Justice Hill, Wan'Dale Robinson, and Jameson Williams. Those guys were all questionable coming into this week, and they will be playing. Ramondre, I'd view him as like a low-end running back too this week. It's a really tough matchup against New Orleans, so a little concerning there, but I think you can still play him. He's been given at least 17 touches in every single game so far, so you can trust him. Not trusting Odell or Justice Hill at all in my lineups. Derek Carr, him playing kind of just concerning for me. I'm hopeful that he's a little healthier this week than he was last week. Obviously, he really limited what the ability of Chris Olave and the entire passing offense was. So Alvin Kamara is still a great start with Derek Carr, but downgrade Chris Olave a little bit. It came out this morning, too, that Chris Olave is dealing with a bit of an ankle injury. He was testing it out pre-game. He is going to play, but that should be just another reason to downgrade him. I doubt you really have a better option. You're probably still playing Olave, but if you're in like a DFS format or something like that, I would probably look elsewhere this week. Like I said, Justice Hill's playing just really makes the whole backfield in Baltimore really muddy. I wouldn't really look to play anybody there. So probably just benching every single Ravens running back. Wan'Dale Robinson, he was questionable coming into the week. He is the giant wide receiver that I'd be looking to play if you have any of them. I don't really want to play him. It's obviously not a great matchup against Miami. They've obviously looked really bad so far. So I don't really want to be playing Wan'Dale Robinson. But again, he's super cheap in DFS right now if you want to take a look at him there, or if he really ups his snap share up to like that 80% threshold this week, you could certainly start using him as a flex option going forward. Jameson Williams, he'll be active. It sounds like he's going to play about 20 snaps this week for the Lions. The Lions are going to be without Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jahmyr Gibbs. So Jameson Williams might be the number one pass catcher. I don't really want to play him by any means. Sam Laporta obviously gets a boost in this one along with David Montgomery, but Jameson Williams is a guy that he could obviously do a lot on one touch. So you probably just want to keep him on your bench, see what he does this week, and then hopefully he's more involved going forward, but don't really want to trust him there. Players out this week are Saquon Barkley, Pat Freiermuth, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, Salvon Ahmed, and Treylon Burks. Ahmed actually played last week for the Miami Dolphins. So that's sort of interesting. They're only going to have Devon Achane and Raheem Mostert. Really promising status for both those guys. They should be top 15 plays this week against the really bad Giants defense. Really exciting there. Treylon Burks being out sort of makes Chigakonkwo like a nice low-end flex or low-end tight end streamer if you want to. Makes me more confident in DeAndre Hopkins as well. The Indianapolis Colts have been really bad against opposing wide receiver one so far. They play a lot of really deep zone. I think DeAndre Hopkins could do really well there. So you can play DeAndre Hopkins, probably like a low-end wide receiver two this week. Saquon being out, you can play Matt Breida as a low-end running back too, but I don't love it. I'd rather play guys like Jaleel McLaughlin and stuff that you got off waivers this week. That's really it for the injury updates. Later games, sounds like T. Higgins will be out. Nothing official yet, but it does sound like he's going to be out. They will probably officially list him out here shortly. Joel, your question, you're going to start two wide receivers, Puka Nacua, Chris Olave, and Garrett Wilson. That's really tough. I do think I'd play Puka and Garrett Wilson. As much as I love Olave, I want to see Derek Carr play healthy, and the injury to his ankle popping up is a little bit concerning, and it's not a great matchup for the Saints either. So I think I'd go Puka and Garrett Wilson. They just feel a lot safer. Garrett Wilson should perform well against the Saints or against the Broncos this week, and even with Cooper Kupp back, Puka should still be a solid wide receiver too. So I'd play it safe there and just play those two guys. So that's about it. Jonathan Taylor, he got his contract signed. He'll be playing in this one. He'd be like a low-end running back two for me. Not going to play Zach Moss by any means. Should be pretty limited for Jonathan Taylor this week, probably 10 to 15 snaps or touches. Not someone that I'm really super confident in playing, but he could score. It's a tough matchup for him, but if you have him, you're probably going to play him as a running back too. So that'll be you're facing Diggs right now. Yeah, that's tough. He's been really good so far, and they're probably going to need to throw more to catch up. So, it's a tough start. So that's about all for the injury updates. If anyone else has any other start-sit questions or anything like that, more than welcome to put them in the comments. I'll sit around here for another minute or two, and if nobody else says anything, then I'll hop off and get ready to head to the game. So thanks, everyone, for stopping by. Awesome. Ridley's done fine so far. He's been good enough. You could do a lot worse than Ridley. I think Ridley's probably given you a safe floor so far today. And honestly, Olave could be a really tough matchup again this week. I'm kind of concerned about what he's going to do. I'm playing Olave in all the leagues I have him in, but I probably would be happier with what Ridley did than what Olave is going to end up doing for me. So I'm a little worried there. But anyway, yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by. Good luck this week and go get yourself some wins. So have a good Sunday, and I'll catch you guys with the waiver video on Tuesday. All right. Thanks, Joel. See you guys.